was a model to be considered the definitive Subaru, in my opinion, it's the Subaru Outback. This is the 7th generation model. In fact, the Subaru Outback model nameplate is celebrating a 30th anniversary this year. In the past 30 years, 1 in 5 of all Subarus sold were Subaru Outbacks. It's safe to say that the Outback has a strong fan following, and each new Outback is a really important update to the Subaru lineup. As you might be able to see in this shot, it has a larger grille. The front fascia is more upright. The roof is 50 millimeters taller, and overall it plots a more tall, SUV-like shape. Classically, the Outback always looked like a lifted wagon. Now we're firmly into SUV territory, at least visually. Those roof racks are integrated, and they no longer feature those swing-in crossbar. Subaru says that they simply weren't strong enough for what a lot of people wanted to do with them, like have a rooftop tent. So now we have conventional roof rails, which you can affix your own aftermarket roof racks to. It's rated for 363 kilograms of force static, 100 kilograms dynamic, like a rooftop tent, and you're even allowed to put a 100 kilogram side load on it. They say it's for a clothesline, but that's a lot of clothes. I think it's so that you can put a slack line between your Subaru and a tree. That's a lot of tension. It makes a lot more sense, but probably for insurance reasons, they don't want to tell people to do that. But you could. Lastly, for the exterior, we still have 220 millimeters of ground clearance. That's the same amount as a Subaru Crosstrek, which is plenty for most cottage trail situations. Inside, there's a lot of screens. There's a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, a 12.1-inch infotainment screen, and both of these can be configured because they kind of have like configurable widgets. You can put your map in one corner, your nav in the other. You can even project your phone with wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, and you can have the map from Android Auto or Apple CarPlay show up in the center gauge cluster, which is a pretty handy trick. You'll also be able to listen to your music in peace because Subaru says wind noise inside the cabin has been reduced by 10%. And you'll be able to take your big, fat Nalgene water bottle along for the ride because those door pockets have been expanded. They now fit a full 32-inch Nalgene water bottle. And if you're worried it's going to rattle around, they've also taken the care to line those pockets with felt. There are 2 engines offered in Canada for this new Subaru Outback. Both are Boxer 4-cylinders. The base engine is a 2.5-liter, naturally aspirated, only available on the base trim. It makes about 180 horsepower and really isn't going to set anyone on fire. Stepping up from that, there is a 2.4-liter turbocharged engine, and that makes a much more appropriate 260 horsepower and a little bit more torque. Both engines are backed by a CVT automatic transmission, and if you choose, you can select from 8 kind of simulated gears while driving it. But every Outback is a CVT automatic. And of course, the Outback is available with Subaru's full line of eyesight safety technology. One that I thought was interesting is basically at under 30 kilometers an hour, if it detects that you have stepped on the gas completely, 100% throttle, and there's an object approaching you, it will automatically brake the vehicle. Basically, it's a system to make sure that if you mix up the pedals while parking in your garage, your car will actually come to a stop and not let you plow through the wall. And now I want to take a step over to the other side of the hall where they have parked the Subaru Outback's more off-road ready cousin. And this is the Subaru Outback Wilderness. Think of it as the Wrangler Rubicon to the Wrangler. This is the off-road ready version of the Outback, but it does come at a price. Not actual pricing because we don't know how many dollars it costs. Price is the styling. It's a lot more aggressive than the regular Outback, and it's not entirely to my liking. Basically, you get a lot of black body cladding, you get some yellow accents, but let's be honest, the real thing you're paying for are chunky all-terrain tires on smaller 17-inch wheels. That's because smaller wheels are better with larger tires, and that's what you want off-road for increased comfort. They've also re-geared the CVT with a lower ratio, which is higher numerically, and they've raised the ground clearance just a bit to make it a bit more capable off-road. You also get a little embossed pad on the back of the car, supposedly so you could lean your skis and such up against it. The Wilderness badge has been moved from the front fender up to the C-pillar, and just like previous Wilderness models, it's more off-road ready. So there you have it from the floor of the New York Auto Show. The Subaru Outback continues to be a good companion for outdoorsy active adventure, and we can't wait to try it with 2 kayaks on the roof. For Driving.ca, I'm Clayton Seams, and I am so dizzy from this crazy floor. This is bananas.